Hello, KWC alumni and graduates. My name is Kelly Frank. I am class of 1996 and an executive producer at CNN here at the worldwide headquarters in Atlanta. The following is, I would say, a fairly typical day in the life of what I do. I also want to add that I'm looking forward to coming and meeting everybody for the graduation of the class of 2011. Thank you. Don't laugh at me. But you laughed at me the minute I started. You see, if you laugh at me, it makes it worse. No, you laughed at me the minute I started, so it's your fault. Let me try that again. Okay, it is 6:23, and I am leaving my house for the day, and I'm already late. One thing about this job is you work in minutes, and you constantly watch the clock. At this point, I have already read probably 50 emails. I've looked at a couple of websites, all while drying my hair. And at stoplights, I will check my BlackBerry. Not because I'm told to, mind you, just making sure you know that. It's because I'm kind of obsessed. One great thing about having satellite radio is that I get to watch, or I should say listen, sorry, it's early, I haven't had my coffee. I get to listen to CNN on my way into work, which helps me get ready for the day, lets me know kind of where correspondents are, at least I get a good feel for it. And I can also monitor Fox and HLN and BBC and other things from the radio. And on the course of the drive-in here, as I've been listening to American Morning, I've learned that a drone attack took place in Pakistan. This is the week that Osama bin Laden was killed, so lots of activity has been going on in Pakistan this week. And there's the mothership. I'm getting ready to go to park. So it's now 6:37-ish, give or take a minute, and I am walking into the building. I'm a little bit later than I like to be. I typically try to be in my seat by 6:30 because minutes count. But here we are. One thing about CNN is there's a lot of security here, as you can imagine. Pretty much everywhere you are, we have security. This wall right when you come into CNN is a mural of famous news events pretty much through the years since CNN started. And when you come in, it starts with our initial broadcast in 1980, and there is a timeline that runs the wall of all major news events. 1996, the Olympic Park bombing, which you mentioned. That was the year I graduated from college. And then, obviously, one of the biggest news events of our time would be the World Trade Center attacks. When you come into CNN, it can be a little bit daunting. It's quite large. This is the CNN Center. It's also attached to a hotel, the Omni, but basically you have all kinds of CNN buildings or broadcast centers. Right up there is the 5th floor where I spend a lot of my time. That's where the domestic operation runs out of. We have a big screen broadcasting CNN at all times, a food court, as you can see. And then right here, if you come and visit Atlanta, you can take a tour and you'll go up this escalator right here, which takes you all the way up to the Globe. A little fact about that lovely escalator is it is the largest freestanding escalator in the world. I don't know why I know that, I just do. And my morning stop every day, Starbucks. So I just got my coffee with through security, which is right there. I can't exactly film that process. CNN employees all have to have a badge with them at all times. It's a photo ID, obviously, identifying you, but you can't even get into elevators, through most doors without it. Everything is electronic, obviously, and that's how we can go from place to place. It's a pretty safe place, as you can imagine. Compromising CNN would be, a bad thing. It's a medium that reaches a lot of people. And in a post-9/11 world, I guess everything has to be really secure. So this is the bridge I come across every day to hit the elevators. This is where I just was down there. One thing, you can't really tell with these tables, but it is kind of cool. There is a map of the world in the tiles. It's one of the designs that they put down there. I thought that was pretty cool. So this is the entrance to the newsroom where I work. It is full of pictures of stories and wonderful colleagues. As you can see right now, it's a little bit empty, except for there's Vince. He's working on the early show. And this is what the workplace looks like. There are several show teams that operate out of this space. This is where the writing, the thinking, the planning, everything for the newscast goes on. And this is where I spend most of my day. So this is the favorite part of my day. This is when I meet with Deputy Director John Antonio, who is one of my bosses, and we go over what we're going to do before I go to the editorial meeting. This is a day in the life of an executive producer at CNN. It's for my college. I have to do it this week.
Right.
Say hi.
Hello, how are you? It's my favorite part of the day, also meeting with Kelly Frank to discuss her day.
He's lying. All right, so here's kind of where we are. I'm going to start at the top and work down. We do have Paul Reichoff today. This is a really, this is a nice get, actually. For some of you guys, he's been on our air before. He is the founder and head of Iraq, Afghanistan Veterans of America. Good talker, served in Afghanistan.
Couple of minutes. I do want to start though, as we have all week, with the very
Stranded
latest on
Wales
the OBL
in
front.
Florida.
Let's
so there's
begin
a
with
live camera.
international
It's about
and
9:30. At 9:30 every day, there is a network-wide conference
I
call.
think the latest everybody's seen by now that
is
Al-Qaeda posted
all the
on
networks of
the
CNN,
website
essentially. So CNN,
information
HLN, CNN
from
International,
inside,
CNN Espanol.
the battle against-
Primarily this is
battle
news
continues,
gathering,
threats
so
to
it's all of the
America,
bureaus
praising
and the
Hamas.
desks. And
We're getting-
I dial
think
into
we've
this
got
every day
most
at
of it
9:30
translated now, so
and
there's
listen
no
to what the
reason
major
to
coverage
attribute
plans
anybody
are
else,
for
because
the day.
obviously we have that on our own. And either Nick can throw to that in their lives today, and it's really interesting when you
So this is the 6th floor, which is kind of the executive offices of CNN. This is where the 10 o'clock meeting takes place, which is right in here. But we won't be videotaping that meeting. Okay, the 10 o'clock meeting just wrapped up. This is where it takes place with all of the senior management. We conference in with Washington, D.C. We always monitor our air, and then we conference in with New York, where our managing editor sets guidance for the day. And then obviously we have our left eye on the competition at all times. So this meeting wraps up, and this is the part of the day where I go back to my pod and work with my team about our focus and start reviewing scripts. One of the things that thoroughly impressed me about CNN when I left local news was just how big the news gathering operation is. This is the headquarters, obviously, of CNN. And what you're looking at right now is where we have all of our assignment desks. This is essentially the nervous system of CNN, the core, if you will. We have, obviously, all kinds of TVs here where we're monitoring all sorts of feeds from all over the world. And everybody can pretty much look out for what our competition has, what we're doing. So we're always on top of everything. But as you walk through here, essentially what we have is assignment desks for every region in the country. And then we have an international assignment desk section to pretty much cover the world. Right here is our main editorial desk, assignment desk, which is where sort of all general calls come into CNN, where crews are dispatched. This, like I said, is sort of the heart of our news gathering operation. So this is what you're looking at. Right now we actually are undergoing renovations. This room is actually quite bigger. So now you're just seeing part of that, which is cut off. CNN is gathered into two, or separated I should say, into two divisions, news gathering and production. Production is the part that I'm on, which is where we're walking to right now. That's where show teams work. Thank you. Where show teams work on the shows. And news gathering is where information is obviously gathered. All right, 12:55, there's Valerie producing, on our way to the control room. Time to start the show. So I usually head down to the control room with about 5 minutes to spare so I can make sure correspondence, live shots, everything's ready to go, tape is in, all that kind of stuff. So this is the walk that I have from the newsroom to the control room. Hi. And you get to mind the construction. So, CNN control, and this is where we go to air. In this back row, this is where the teleprompters run for the anchor. This is also our live control room font operator. What those are the words at the bottom of your screen. So when there's breaking news or anything like that, Nicole is responsible for putting that stuff on the air. And then this is the control room where we will go live to air. Right over here, this is where graphics and those fonts are actually executed to air. This is Jenny. She is the executive producer for the show on the air right now.
Who are we talking to?
This is my college. It's for a day in the life of an executive producer at CNN.
Oh, go Tar Heels.
Nice. Don't listen to her. And so these are the other back row seats. That's Matt. He's bringing in all of our live shots, making sure that reporters are there, audio is okay. Segment producers will come and sit here in and out during the show. And then down here, Matt. This is Matt, my technical director. He basically does everything that Michael, the director, calls for. So Michael will call, Matt will punch, and then it will magically come out on TV. This is where I'm going to sit. It's the front row of the show. And then this is also where the associate producer sits. The associate producer makes sure that we have all of the tape that we need during the show.
In your front yard and down your street, make the move now to pack up and move out. Again,
So
we're
our
talking
lead
about
story
2,000
today
pieces of property.
is flooding.
These are
It was
residential.
produced by
Rack
Doug.
your focus just a touch. Rack your focus.
We have a reporter coming to us
Take
live
the
from
rack and
Memphis.
focus, be a great
Water
thing.
Mississippi is backing up.
There's the
in
There we
preset,
go,
there's
coming back.
air. We're having an issue with focus, so the director is trying to fix that
Like
problem
this
right
part
now.
to keep the water back.
We're ready to
But
split
this
next
is supposed to be a near historic.
He actually walked into the room. But the guys there at Fort Campbell, the president's going to be there to, of course, meet with the Navy SEAL team that was a part of killing Osama bin Laden. But many of these soldiers who are based there at Fort Campbell, of course, have done tours. Many of them have come back from Afghanistan. The president's going to be addressing them. So right now, they are having a good time, quite frankly. This was a victory for, a lot of people would say, certainly for this White House, maybe politically, a big deal and a victory for this country, but also...
Yeah, well, you can also rotate in
16. 11 million signed up just because of what happened.
And then if he starts doing something again, we can
they
flip
view
back to
the-
it.
getting the bad guy, and Osama bin Laden was bad
Matt,
guy.
I'm assuming
number
we're
one.
okay
And
with
so
Nick?
we're actually
Okay.
just seeing them, we saw them doing the chicken dance there, and just getting ready for the president. The president was in Indianapolis earlier today, but again, reminding you, you are seeing a live picture on the left side there of Air Force One just landing. He's going to make his way over to Fort Campbell, where he will address those soldiers there who are right now running around, enjoying themselves just a bit, and why or why not should they not? But he'll address them, but also he'll meet privately